Yeah, it's probably some charity Invest for Kids. But I do have a secret spreadsheet if you guys want to check it out. It's on my GitHub. I actually have to update it. Actually, let me update it now. So this is basically a spreadsheet of all the hedge funds. And it's got their employee names, it's got all kinds of stuff. And on Godel, you'll soon be able to get phone numbers and contact information for all of the employees in the hedge fund, mutual fund, Wall Street world. Okay, my GitHub's updated. Yeah, there'll be a lot more Dr. Guptas out there soon, for sure. AI doctors are coming. So here's the list. This is a list of every hedge fund ranked by like AUM. Pentwater is not up here, but now I'm gonna add them. And I maintain this database just for you guys, for free. Matt Alballer. Let me show you how to look up all those details. So I go to Pentwater. It's probably under this one. You learn over time where everything's filed under. I was right. Okay. List here. And I also have a lot of inside baseball where I know people involved. Oh, he's in Chicago. $7 billion fund, pretty big. And the reason this is interesting is he's a merger arb guy betting on this deal closing. This is what he does for a living. So he's got more equity exposure than even Soros's fund. And let's look at his portfolio a little. Looking for his bigger positions. There's the ANSYS merger arb deal. It's got a lot of puts and calls, which I typically exclude. I've got a little program on my GitHub that excludes those, so I think his fund is probably a little smaller. He's got a huge position in Hess, but he also has puts in Hess. HubSpot he's trading, so every merger deal he's basically in, one way or another. And for Capri, you can see he owns stock and he owns puts. He might even be bearish, given how many puts he owns. It all depends. But typically you don't buy the stock if you're bearish, but possible. So he's got a complex trade on, most likely. So yeah, later this week or next week, if you wanted to call this guy, obviously there's no guarantee he's going to pick up, but you could basically just type in the terminal, just like Bloomberg, you type Matt, type his name, Matt. Oh. It wants me to do Matterport. It's kind of funny. But you could type a name and you'll see a bio pop up. So that is something that Bloomberg has that very few other platforms, if basically no other platforms have that. So we're really excited to launch that in the next, roll it out over the next few months, but launch that beginning of it at least next week. So this is the Godel platform I've created. I hope you guys subscribe and get that kind of value. But this spreadsheet is free, kind of my database of hedge funds. It's not complete at all because I personally maintain it, but let's see who else. So he's the #2 stockholder of Capri. Let's see who this guy HAP Trading is. Never heard of that either. There's a lot of like Susquehanna and Jane Street wannabes out there. Godel has a free. Actually, Godel does have a free tier, and the chat room there is called Pikers. HAP looks like a quantitative firm. Piker is like basically where does the term, I think it might be PY, piker, come from? The word piker comes from the Middle English words pike and which means to pick, and a petty thief. A piker is a cautious gambler. He speculates in a cautious or small way. I love that. Piker lives matter, he writes. So yeah, the free tier is called Piker. So if you want to be in Piker tier, go ahead. But prefer you pay for it. Let's see, HAP Trading or HAP Capital. Okay, here's HAP Capital or HAP Trading. Or HAP. It's probably not called HAP. People probably call it that anyway. Okay, about $1 billion. Respectable. These days, kind of small. If you're a quant fund with only $1 billion, like, maybe you're doing something wrong, I don't know. Linear regression. Simple ML. George Weiss is gone. I was gonna put all the old, like, basically closed down funds. So here's what else? Pequot, Odyssey, really old fund. Black Diamond, does anyone remember those? No, it was called, what was it called? The SAC spin out. Larry Sapansky, his fund. Oh, he's got a new fund apparently. Diamondback, there we go. What about Shumway? Other Tiger Cubs that closed down. Blue Ridge. What other huge hedge funds closed? Remember Atticus? It made a big splash. How about that fund that blew up? Amaranth. Visium. Who else? So many hedge funds have closed down. Galleon, probably the king of the closed down hedge funds. Tiger, Original Tiger, sure. Original Tiger. What about the any other Cubs? I guess what's his name's fund is closing. Matrix. Yeah, I put Galleon down. Major hedge funds who have closed. Alameda! True. Let me ask Google. I mean, technically SAC closed and reopened, but I suppose SAC. Archegos, kind of, yeah. LTCM. Renaissance is still open. There's a little fund called Madoff. Yeah, George Weiss I put down already. Yeah, I know. I know. I never heard of Leviathan. Who's that? Oh, Platinum. I'm not saying just like bad closings. I'm talking about regular old closings too. Melvin. Kinnikos. There are so many guys. Kinnikos is closing out. I never liked that guy. Had some beef. There was a fund called Exxon, I want to say. Jared Sender. Capital, something like that. Exxon Capital. Although it still might be around, I don't know. Oh no, it shut down. It shut down. Yeah, make sure you subscribe. Unsubscribe from those other losers that never been on Wall Street. There were some other like big funds that were like part of major PE firms that closed too. But anyway, I'll burnish that over time. There's a ton of SAC spinouts that closed too. A lot of SAC spinouts weren't able to really leave Steve Cohen and still make money. Who died in a hang gliding accident? Is Caxton still around? Let me see if Caxton's still around. Caxton used to be really big. There we go. Yeah, looks like it. Bruce Kovner retired, though. Bruce was one of the best traders of all time, commodities guy. Anybody that wants an inspiring story about going from no money to multi-billionaire, check out Bruce Kovner's story. People make accounts or like whatever content about me, and I'm okay with that. Steinhardt, the OG. How about that dude's fund, John Arnold's fund, Centaurus? Isn't that his fund? Youngest billionaire in the US. Anybody else's chat GPT fritzing out? I can't even. Okay. Lansdowne closed? No, they just closed its short selling. Or did they close completely? Oh yeah, Eaton Park, remember that? Eaton Park was a crazy fund. I think Lansdowne is still kicking. Oh, what happened? Okay. Eaton Park, Visium, Perry. I remember when Perry closed. That was crazy. Moore closed? Wow. I forgot about that. I thought Moore was still around. Oh yeah, Paul Taraji's fund closed, right? These funds had nothing to do with the success. Yeah, hedge funds are useless. They provide no value to society. They're just, you know, hoping to make money for their clients. Provide value to their clients and to their founders. But it used to be that if you were like really elite, really smart, you wanted to make a ton of money, hedge funds was a great way to do it. Tech startups kind of came along and changed it. Okay, who else? Caption Management. Again, never heard of these guys. These are all merger arb guys, I guess. Jason Strasser and William Cooper. I think I might know who those people are. They look the same, right? Something about all these guys that is eerily the same that I can't really put my head around. They're here in New York. Oh. Oklahoma City. That's interesting. Who knows? Maybe he'll connect. Okay. He was at Trafalgar. I think Trafalgar is another one of those that closed. $6 trillion. That's a good question, Ichiro. A lot of people think the government shouldn't be in business. Like, it'd be weird if the government had a social media company, right? seem like they're a quant fund actually. 1,000 positions. A lot of the Caprice holders are like weird quant funds. LMR Partners. All right, let me look at some more stocks. Getting bogged down here. Let's see, what else? Yeah, I don't know what the FTC's case is going to be. I mean, and I do think you got to value, like we try to value the company, assuming there's no merger. Would you make money?